Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's William Bellamy. I'm back. I'm going to talk to you about some current events. We're going to discuss an update on the election, but not go real deep into it. The Hunter Biden investigation slash laptop issue, and a little bit about the Chinese spying scandal that's going about right now. But if you like what I have to say, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. The best thing you could do to help me with the YouTube algorithm is to share with your friends and give me some comments. The channel has taken off way faster than I thought it would, but if we want to help keep growing, please like, subscribe, give me some comments. Even if it's a disagreement, if it's a question about something you don't feel I'm clear enough about, please just let me know in the comments and we can talk about that. If you don't like what I have to say, then hit dislike and tell me in the comments what you don't like about it. In the About section is my Instagram, Twitter, and Parler, as well as my Patreon. But the best way to support the channel is to like, subscribe, and give me some comments. Also, hit the notification bell on the side so that as I put up new videos, you're aware that I'm putting them up. I know my videos have kind of slowed down. It's twofold. One, I'm trying to do more research into a couple other projects with veterans and human trafficking and China. I don't know if you figured it out from watching past videos. I have an issue with socialism, Marxism, communism, and I am going to go into that. As a veteran, I've had my share of successes and failures, and I want to get more into that. And human trafficking is something personally I want to get more involved with in supporting the organizations that help fight it and help support the victims of it. So some more research has gone into that. It's also the fact that I'm still a student. I'm in graduate school again, and the class I'm currently taking is taking more time than I really thought it would because I overestimated my own abilities. And I'll freely admit that, but it's good. I'll still finish it. I will accomplish what I want to because I refuse to fail. Now, the election. I actually expected this to drag out a little bit longer, but the lawsuit filed by the Attorney General of Texas and supported by 18 other states, I think in the end it was 20 states and 126 Republican members of Congress, and eventually 20 other states filed to oppose this case. Well, the Supreme Court has ruled they're not going to take it with 2 dissenting votes. If you're a legal nerd like me, you can go through and look at their decision and read it, because actually most of the Supreme Court decisions, if you've never read one, can be kind of interesting. And if it seems kind of boring with this one, go back to some of the ones where Anthony Scalia dissented, because he had such an intelligent and entertaining way to write his opinion that if you are in any way a legal nerd, you'll love reading his dissents. They really are interesting. Now, with that Supreme Court deciding to not take that case, there is, in my estimation, about a 99.9% chance that Joe Biden is the president-elect. And as I've said before, to Mr. Biden, congratulations. I have a video on what my expectations are of a Biden presidency. And if he doesn't accomplish the goals he set out, like true immigration reform and effective criminal justice reform, now, and that includes increased funding to mental health and increased funding to drug rehabilitation, then he'll fail as a president in my mind. You want to reduce the prison population? The 2 biggest things you could do is mental health and drug rehabilitation reform. Which takes us to the next segment, which is Hunter Biden and his laptop. And what I will say is, I will never make a video. I will never state I will never make a comment to condemn Hunter Biden for chemical dependency. It is a physical and psychological fact that addiction is a disease, and I will not condemn him for that. Now, as far as his businesses in China and with Burisma in Ukraine, that's a whole other story. And based on what evidence they're able to take from interviews and interrogations and from his laptop, I have no idea where that's going to go. I truly hope that the investigation is conducted thoroughly and we get an answer. But I have no idea where it's going to go. His business with the Ukraine is, for somebody who has degrees in economic relations and economics, is the deal he got makes no sense. On many levels, it makes no sense. In China, the $5 million interest-free forgivable loan, what has to be remembered about China, and yes, I'm not done with China yet, is all businesses in the end are controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. So when you do business, and yes, I'm talking to you, Nike and Apple and 100 other manufacturers that do business in China. But when you do business in China with any company, you're doing business with the Chinese Communist Party, and you're reinforcing what the Chinese Communist Party stands for. You're funding them. And that includes the concentration camps for Uyghur Muslims. That includes the human trafficking of North Koreans that are trying to escape North Korea. So, in my mind, divesting from China is the most moral thing we can do as a country. But that's up for you to decide. And China. Oh, Chinese spies infiltrating. I don't understand why anybody's surprised by this, because throughout the entire Cold War, we tried to do it in the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union tried to do it here, with varying levels of success on both sides. So why is anyone surprised when China does the same thing? As far as Mr. Swalwell, yes, maybe he was duped. Maybe he was not smart enough to figure out what was going on. But if he's not smart enough to figure out what was going on, is he smart enough to be in the United States Congress? I say no. I say he should resign. I say anybody smart enough to be on the Intelligence Committee should be smart enough to figure this out. But apparently Dianne Feinstein wasn't either. And that was 2 decades that the Chinese spy served on her staff. Now, how far does this go? How deep does this go? I have no idea. I know there's investigations in place. I know that I really want to see a solution and answers. And if the answer is they just weren't smart enough to figure it out, I'm okay with that. And I won't condemn them for that. But as an elected representative, they should have been. As a person, everyone has frailties. Determine what's going on. Do the investigation, let it go through. Don't condemn them unless they actively participated in it. If they were just duped, then so be it, they were duped. But if they were dumb enough to be duped, then maybe they were dumb enough to need to resign. Now, you've heard what I have to say. You either like it or don't like it. If you like it, like, subscribe, give me comments. Really, give me comments, suggestions on what you want me to do next. You can DM me on Twitter, Instagram, or on Parler. But comments on here are the most important. If you disagree with what I'm saying, then tell me you disagree. Tell me why in the comments. If you want to message me on any of the social medias I have listed in the description of this, feel free to. We'll have a debate. We'll even have a live discussion about what you disagree with. I have no problem with that at all. But to help the channel grow, like, subscribe, comment, And with that, everybody have a good Saturday evening.